Man, the Chargers are so close this year, 9-7 in their first year in Los Angeles. They did not make the playoffs, but we almost had two teams, and they are certainly well on their path to a trip back to the postseason. Joining us now, the guys behind the Chargers here. John Spanos, the president of football operations. AG Spanos, the president of business operations. And more importantly, the guys that helped me out with my Wahlberg identification there when I blew that one.
Well,
Hi,
it's important.
guys.
We didn't want to see you get that wrong. It's important.
I mean, any Wahlberg, I guess, will do. But I got that one wrong. How's your Super Bowl week treating you so far?
So far, so good. You know, a lot of people love talking about the weather, right? You know, we don't get this kind of weather back home. So for me, it's a little bit of an adventure. It's enjoyable. I say, why not?
I just feel like I have to make it from the car to the door that I'm entering, and that's about it. It's not too bad.
It's not that bad. And here's the other thing, too, especially for all of us who live in L.A. or anywhere for that matter. Fans don't care if the media is uncomfortable. they could not care less.
They care about
if we are cold. Oh, it's not about me. They don't care. Minnesota, though, and Minneapolis has put on a great show so far.
It's
we all
great
agree?
for the city. You can see the energy here. It's a zoo. You know, there's just always a buzz about Super Bowl, right? It's the biggest event we have in this country. It's just a national holiday, and it's just great to feel the energy from the fans here.
How did your first year in L.A. go?
I think it went really well. It was a huge success. I can point to a lot of positives. First of all, on the field, hard to call a season a success when you don't make the playoffs, you don't reach your goals and go where you ultimately want to go to. But certainly to finish winning 9 of the last 12 games, ended on a high note. I think a lot of positives to take from the season on the field. I think there was a lot of positives off the field as well in regards to.
There was obviously a lot of challenges to get the stadium ready, to get everything in place, our new practice facility. Our mantra was really create as little disruption for the team, make it as seamless as possible for them, and give them the best chance for success.
And you guys also wrote a great story the second half of the season. You had the whole building of momentum as you got there. Obviously, as you pointed out, you didn't make it at the end. You're 9-7, but the excitement level just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah, and I think that reflected, and you saw that as we did well on the field, you saw the impact of that off the field, right? In our new market, merchandise sales, went a huge uptick. I think the environment in the stadium, StubHub, we got very positive feedback on our stadium, StubHub, in regards to game experience. And, I think you saw more interest in our games, and the atmosphere only improved as we did better on the field towards the end of the year.
Starting 0-4 is so tough, but it was awesome to see the resiliency of the team. To come back and finish the rest of the games 9-3 speaks tremendously to how focused they were and bought into our new coach, Anthony Lynn.
So I was at the very first preseason game, your debut against the Seahawks there. And to your point about the stadium, I'm sitting there in the corner going, this is cool. Yeah. Do you think that the smaller, more intimate venue is the future?
I get asked this question a lot about, is this a trend that's happening in the NFL? And my answer is that not necessarily. What it is the expectations of the fans are higher. They want a great experience. And it's a little bit easier to do that in a smaller stadium because every seat, as we know, in StubHub Center is a good seat. But but in Inglewood, we're hoping to raise the bar so that we can continue with that every seat is a good seat. You got to give the fans a great reason to come and play because we know the games are great to watch on TV, but that experience in stadium, it's got to be special. It's got to be that much greater and memorable.
The new stadium with the Rams in Inglewood that you mentioned there is going to open in 2020. We get a Super Bowl shortly thereafter, 2 years after that. I think Phillip Rivers can play that long. I think he'll be 50 then or something like that, but joking aside, he cannot play forever. How much longer do you guys think Phillip has?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I've had great conversations with Phillip, about this subject, and I know this. He feels great right now. Health-wise, he feels great. He's excited for 2018. He's not putting a specific year number, on it per se. I know he said publicly, I think, a handful of years. He wants to play a handful.
Well, but he's not slowing down. Yeah, but I think that's the great part.
And that's the encouraging thing. And you look how we finished, too, and how he was playing at the end of the year, some of his best football as of late. So I think it's really encouraging, and I think, he's got a handful of years left, whatever that means, and hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Do you think he makes the new stadium?
That's a great question. I'll let you ask him that. I know he's probably thought about it.
We would love to see it. It would be great for that new stadium when you and the Rams go into Inglewood together. Every time either, well, for LAX is when you're landing, not when you're taking off. But every time we're landing, you're looking at it, you're seeing more and more progress. It's going to be a great building. John and AG Spanos, guys, congratulations on a great season. Thank you so much for being here, and continued success year 2 in Los Angeles.
Thanks for having us, Andrew.
Thank you.